r/AskReddit. How do you control yourself when you are full of rage and want to keep calm? Clean the heck out of everything. If my house smells like strong bleach, you know I'm mad. I'll learn to do this one as well. My wife knows if she comes in and the kitchen is spotless that I've had a bad day. Few things better than taking all that energy and forcing it to do something legitimately functional. I'm too physically big to be that guy who hits the wall or yells at the kids. I don't want my family to fear me the way I feared my father. So, I clean. I don't particularly like cleaning, but I'd rather spend an hour scrubbing a bathroom floor than have my children scared when I enter the room. I think to myself, can I do the jail time? Usually the answer is no. Or do I have the money to replace what I break? Patching drywall is annoying. Healthcare is very expensive. I worked with preschoolers and I find zones of regulation super helpful, even as an adult. Basically, it's having an awareness of your emotional state. You have a green, blue, yellow, and red zones. If you can notice that you're entering the red zone, you can take steps to recenter yourself before you go into an all-out rage. This is a great preventative method, but what do you suggest if you find yourself already in the red zone? The more you practice in assigning zones to yourself, the less often you will find yourself in the red zone. Once you are there, just realizing it can help you calm down. This is not an instant fix. You have to work at it over time. I go outside and walk, paying attention to my breathing. Unless it's dark, then I stare at the stars. Always overwhelms me. Nature is so calming. We have the family temper. My grandpa used to lose his temper and go into fits of rage. Dad did the same thing. Throwing things, cursing, breaking stuff. I hated it. Everybody had to tiptoe around their tempers and it's ruined a few family events. When I catch myself starting to see red and go into one of those fits, I just concentrate on how bad my grandpa's and my dad's episodes made everyone feel, and that helps calm me down. Also, whatever it is that triggers it, walk away from it. You won't be able to properly address whatever it is if you try to do it while raging. Yep, I got dad's temper, and I hate it. Edit, I don't blow up at the smallest thing, because I saw my father do it all my life. But a bad incident after going off my antidepressants recently made me realize I haven't dealt with my rage and my inability to deal with it. I've never thrown or broken something in my rage, so for those of you thinking I'm using it as an excuse, I'm real glad you have that much insight in my life. I am addressing it in therapy. There's no gene sequence for anger. These are largely learned behaviors, which is actually a good thing, because that means we can change it through mindfulness. You know that kid who's been raised around a lot of angry people and hence knows no other way to behave in life other than all the angry ways? Yeah, that's me. That said, once I moved away from home 10 years ago, I have mellowed out a lot. Some of these are overarching behavioral changes, while others are tricks I use to calm down in the moment. Here's a list of the tricks. 1. Shut the hell up when you feel rage building inside you. Nothing you'll say in the moment will make it go away or resolve the situation. So relax and keep quiet. 2. Deep breaths help a lot. It doesn't need to be overt and visible, but you can take some quiet deep breaths. This gives you something else to focus on, and deep breaths never hurt anyone. 3. Try unplugging yourself and looking at the situation from a third-person perspective. Would you still feel the same way if you were a mere spectator instead of a participant in the situation? This perspective shift works like a charm. These are just a few things that help me. Hope they help you to op. I'm a very calm person, but teach calming techniques to emotionally disturbed kids. The biggest help I've found is finding a technique which grounds you and reminds you where you are in the present. I teach lots of different ones, including clench and unclench your toes. Focus on the feeling of your feet on the floor while you do it. Breath in and out so deeply you feel like your ribs are being pulled apart and knitted back together. Grab something near you, could be a pole, table, whatever, and clench and unclench around it. Walk while counting your steps. Do something rhythmic. I like bouncing a ball personally, but can be anything from using a stamp to skipping. All research shows when you reach red mist your rationality is gone, and you just have to last it out. Your best bet is to recognize when you're losing control and utilize grounding techniques before you're past the point of no return. I have a punching bag at home named Kyle. Stay calm, Kyle's at home, and he deserves my juvenile temper tantrum, not other people. I have a brother named Kyle. Same principle. The absolute angriest I have been in my life was when my wife chided me for weeks saying I never share feelings with her, then shut me down sharing trouble I had been having. Since a recent move with you never share with me, I'm not going to start listening now. I'll let myself angrily scream, "Are you serious?" which was so loud and out of character, she jumped. I could see I scared her, and while I wanted to argue, I don't want my wife afraid of me, I very literally bit my lip, filled the largest cup in our cupboard with water, and made myself drink the whole thing before proceeding. Think of the consequences of your actions and mood. Buy yourself time to cool down. I rarely let myself show anger either. It really makes an angry reaction really powerful when you do. My mom and dad were always angry and shouting when I was younger. We all just became numb to it. The one time I saw my nana angry though really had an impact.